Hello, traders. FS Speculator here. Today is Friday, so TGIF, and it is March 7th. So already March 7th. So how's everybody doing? So anybody watching the dollar pairs today? We just barely had a Powell speech that just ended a few minutes ago. He was speaking at a university today. So if you check out the news calendar, we just barely had a Powell speech just a few minutes ago. Only lasted about 25 minutes or so. It didn't last very long. But we also have a Trump speech coming out tonight. It's a very active day, that's for sure. Lots going on in the market. We had non-farm payroll today. We had some Canadian news today. We had Lagarde speaking today. We got Powell speaking today, and we got Trump. So now it's just Trump. The Powell speech is over. It just ended a little while ago. It was at a university, and it really wasn't nothing too important in my opinion. Kind of the same old stuff, different day. So yeah, definitely. I'm starting to wonder the same myself. We'll see. With Trump talking today, we're definitely gonna have to really pay attention to see what happens. But Trump could really say anything, I would imagine. So anyways, yeah. Now, to me, this U.S. dollar definitely looks like it wants to go up. I mean, it totally looks like a, well, one, two, three, four, five, pull back, one, two, three, four, five, pull back, wave five. So it looks like a complete pattern. It definitely looks like it wants to go up and break structure. We had this a little bit of an impulsive move. We had like a triple bottom right here. It looks like it's to go up and break structure, but it just has not done it yet. It really has not been able to maintain any momentum, even throughout the non-farm payroll today's news today. It didn't really maintain any impulsive move either direction. So I'm kind of waiting for either an impulsive move to the upside and a break of structure, which would confirm a bigger move to the downside on the dollar pairs, or I'm waiting for it to make a lower high and make another impulsive move down and start making some lower highs. And it definitely, I mean, if you look at all the dollar pairs, look at the euro dollar, we are right above the 61% Fibonacci. And if this daily candle did close bearish, I think it would make a lot of sense to me because that 61% Fibonacci should be a pretty significant area of support. And then if you start looking at some other stuff like the pound dollar is pulling back pretty well at the 61%. Definitely seems like it'd be a pretty likely area for support. I definitely think, not support, but resistance. I definitely think that if it does go down, it is just going to be a crescent to the uptrend now. Hey again, Barry. Hey, Thomas. How's it going? Skywick, Darren, how's everybody doing? Yeah, definitely. I'll start taking requests in a minute. And yeah, the Aussie dollar also kind of bounced off a fib level, made a little bit of a push down, but the Aussie dollar potentially could be in a wave three already, maybe even start to move up. We'll have to see. And the dollar CAD is kind of doing its own thing because of the Canadian. But the pound dollar, the euro dollar definitely do look like they are due for a pullback. Definitely does look like it should go down potentially. Now the problem is there's no break of structure. And when there's no break of structure, you really don't have any confirmation that it really even is going down. And honestly, I just looked at the pound dollar and I didn't even notice, but man, this really looks like three waves up, doesn't it? This looks like impulsive down break of structure we had yesterday. That definitely could be an A, that could be a B. This thing could just drift down a little bit, make either a higher low and just take off to the upside, or it potentially could go down, make a lower high, and then just take off to the upside. Kind of like what happened way back here at the beginning of this move up. Higher high wave B, lower low wave C, higher high wave B, lower low wave C. Yeah, keep an eye out. The problem right now is that most retail traders are definitely short on the pound dollar, and most retail traders are definitely short on the euro dollar. Normally, when 80 some odd percent of retail is in one direction, it's not a very good sign for potentially continuing in that direction for very long, at least. The euro dollar looks like a perfect five waves up, and it is trying to break structure. I am short on this, to be honest with you. I just took a short earlier today, and I am short on this. But I honestly don't really think I'm going to hold it over the weekend or anything. I mean, if I can take it down into this area or something, I'm probably just going to take it and run, that's for sure. It's definitely trying to go down, but boy, it has been a really, really choppy day. I posted this in the group earlier just because I thought it was funny. If you draw like a line, look how many times it bounced. One, two, three, maybe four, five, six, seven. It just broke through. So hopefully we got a breakthrough pullback and it just keeps on going. But with Trump talking tonight, we're definitely gonna have to just be cautious. We're taking one step at a time. To be honest with you, because of the time zone I live in, I usually don't even stay on the charts until 8 p.m. But tonight, because of Trump, I definitely am gonna have to. That's for sure. So we're definitely gonna have to stay up for that. Well, not stay up, but stay on the charts at least, or around the charts. Man, the euro dollar definitely looks like it wants to go down. We got a nice break of structure. Perfect 5 waves up. Pound dollar also has a very recognizable correction, I think, on the 1 hour time frame. Impulsive down, break of structure, 1, 2, 3 waves up. I think it would make a lot of sense for this to go down and then maybe next Monday, Tuesday, or maybe even today at the power speeds, reverse back to the upside. So anyways, yeah, what do we got for requests? If anybody does have any requests, definitely put them in the chats. I'd be more than happy to look at anything. Not a problem at all. Yeah, let's look at the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar is definitely quite a bit different than the other dollar pairs. It's definitely making a different pattern for sure. I mean, it's really impulsive down, it's impulsive up. So, hmm, I think that there's a good chance it's gonna probably drift down, but I feel like there's a good chance it'll make another higher low, higher low. Maybe not even that big. It might even just do something like that and then drift up like that. So I do think there is a pretty good likelihood we are going to see a higher low on this. On the shorter time phase, I would definitely have my Fibonacci switched up though. I'd have it like this from this low right here back up to this high up here. And I would be definitely watching for a fib bounce. Let's see here. Yeah, put your Fibonacci on the lower time frames and wait and see if we can get a decent fib bounce. It'd be nice to see 3 waves down, maybe even something like this, and then potentially up from there. That's definitely what would be the nicest thing to see. Some sort of a 3 way pullback to this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up. We got nice breaker structure back here too. So if this does make a higher low, I think it would be maybe even the start of a wave three, which would be a very, very strong trend for sure. So that would be pretty nice. Let's see. Watching the euro dollar pretty closely because I am short the euro dollar. More as like a scalp account. So my take profit is at the lows, near the low. So we'll see. Powell really didn't do a whole heck of a lot of market moving. Let's see. What do we got? Pound dollar. 1, 2, 3 correction going on. What time frame do you see that? Oh, maybe to the upside, like 1, 2, 3 waves up. If that's what you're seeing, then that's totally what I'm seeing too. Oh, you're probably taking 1, 2, 3 waves down. Yeah, I know he really isn't no longer the market mover, is he? God, it started to move a little bit, but that's because I was watching it on like the 15-minute time frame. I was like, oh, look at it, it's starting to go, and then it pulled back, and then it starts to go, and then it pulls back. I was looking at it today before the meeting, and I was like, man, if I really was just really scalping this hard on the 5 minute time frame and just continue to look for longs, go long there, get out up here, go long here, get out up here, go long, get out, go long, get out. Probably even long here, honestly. At least until we get a good solid break of structure. I mean, each one of those moves is almost 20 pips, so a one lot position, that's 30 pips. So you can probably get at least 20 out of that. That's 25 pips. That's about 18 pips. So, geez, could have made about 600, 700 bucks just scalping to the long side pretty easily. And if it breaks structure to the downside, then you could just start scalping it to the short side. But it still hasn't been able to close below. We definitely need to see a candle close below before I'm really gonna trust to hold on to it until down here. That's for sure. So anyways, yeah, pound dollar. Let's see. Kind of a small group today. Where's everybody at? Everybody's sick of the market. Pretty boring. Probably because of the boring news that we had today, man. That news was definitely pretty boring. JPY basket still hasn't broke down, has it? The JPY basket? No, definitely not. Definitely still an uptrend. I mean, like I've been saying, unless we get a nice engulfing move to the downside or a break of structure, my analysis is still up for wave C on this. Unfortunately, It's not really impulsive right now, so it makes you wonder if it's going to hold this 78%, 100% Fibonacci. It definitely could end up holding that area. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It could hold that area and start a pretty big push down. Kind of makes you wonder if it's already maybe broken. It just, one, two, three up, and maybe it's getting ready to make a bigger move to the downside. But for me personally, until I get a good solid break and hold below structure, I definitely do not trust a position to the short side. Oh, is it bouncing off the 50% fib again? That's probably what this high is right here that it bounced off. Yeah, those channels are pretty good. Definitely the channel man. Let's see here. Yen basket, dollar yen. I'd imagine. I was gonna say I haven't looked at it today because I didn't trade it, but I would imagine it hit the 61%, which it definitely did. Because the dollar has been pretty much still drifting down for the most part. I mean, I'd like to look at this and say, oh, where's the five waves? Where do you see the five waves? But it's not really five waves. It's really technically like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven waves. So normally when you see more than five waves, you're looking at some sort of an extension. So maybe it's like a first wave extension, like a fifth wave extension, or a third wave extension. But definitely not over until we get a break of structure. So if you get one, two, three, four, five, and then you get that would be like your first wave extension, and then you potentially would get one, two, three, four, five for the rest of the trend, something like that. That's not quite right. So that would be a one. So it'd be three, four, five, like that. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. That would amount to nine waves when you get an extension. So if this really was an extension, we're only on wave seven, we're probably going to get another pullback and at least another push down, I would imagine. But it does look like it is due for a pullback. And if it goes up and breaks structure, then oh yeah, definitely looks like it's due for a pullback. On the 1 hour time frame, it's starting to get to the point where it wants to break structure. We got the 61% Fibonacci. We got the US dollar index also looking like it's due for a push upward, even though it hasn't confirmed a push up yet, but it looks like it wants to, which most likely will definitely, almost definitely be a correction to the downtrend, by the way. But at least it would be a decent push to the upside, which even if this breaks up, the first thing I would do is hold my Fibonacci from here to here, and I would potentially be looking for, some sort of a three-way pattern, something like that, some sort of an a B, and a C pattern. So that's what I would expect for that. If anybody does have any requests, definitely throw them in the chats. Like I said, I'm gonna post my free Discord community link to join in the chats of the video and in the description of the video. Definitely don't forget to check that out. There's 5,765 members right now. So definitely join if you have not already done so. Looks like 70% of the people that answered the question have joined. So thanks for joining the community. So like I said, if you have some requests, definitely put them in the chats. There's not a whole lot of requests coming in. We got Bitcoin. Apparently, some of those executive orders that Trump signed today have to do with cryptocurrency. Oh yeah, I already looked at crypto once. That's why it's on my list right there. I personally think that Bitcoin is going to go up, but I personally think it's a wave B, which would be a correction to the move down. So I do think that there's a very good likelihood Bitcoin is going to go up, but I am pretty confident it's going to be a wave B, and this is a wave A because of the nice solid break of structure. I would definitely expect it to be a wave B, and I would almost definitely expect it to go down again. So I'm thinking we're getting another pump and dump that's probably going to make all the crypto enthusiasts lots of money that know how to get out at the right time. I think there's a very good likelihood this is an A, this is a B, which maybe it's not even done yet, and then up for wave C. I think it'll probably go up and take out these highs, and then it's going to likely go back down. So the first thing I would definitely do is throw my Fibonacci out there on these 1 hour time frame ranges, like the shorter time frames that is. Oh, dollar's moving a little bit. Come on, baby. You can do it. You can do it. Be nice. If I get that all the way down, it's about $700, almost 750 in profit, so that'd be pretty nice. Yeah, I could take a. I mean, we looked at the JPY basket, which pretty much tells me what to do on all the JPY pairs, but I'll take a look at a few more of them. So I think there is a pretty good chance this is going to go up, but honestly, it could dip down a little bit more before it goes up. It could even go back up to 102, 103,000, making more what I think is going to be an ABC correction to the downtrend. So at some point, I do think there is going to be a pretty decent long, especially for the shorter time frame traders. But be careful, it might go. It looks to me like it needs to go down before it goes up. Probably like some sort of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape. Let's see here. So something like that, I would imagine. And what was the other one you had? Sorry, the Nasdaq. Yeah, this is a hard one. It's not really hard. It's just hard to know if we're in the huge correction that might be happening, which it looks like we are, or yeah, I mean, I think we are in this big correction. I think it is almost definitely an ABC right here. It's gonna make some sort of an ABC. Which one of our group members said that today that this possibly could already be the three waves, which I do see that possible, but I would still expect to see some sort of a three-way pullback here. I think something like that. And this is the weekly time frame, so I think we're going to be in a bear market for quite a while, if that's true. So I got my Fibonacci extension on here, and I do think that one of these fib levels is going to hold, and I do think that it's going to turn up and probably make a wave B, which would be a question to the wave A. But kind of like what I was saying about Bitcoin, I think there's a very good likelihood it will go down much lower. Might even go down into this area someplace, or maybe even all the way down here. I think there's a good chance it might even go down to about 18,000 or so, because there's a Fibonacci level right there. $18,000 area would be my target for a possible ABC correction. So that'd be pretty sweet. Then possibly a really nice long, maybe around the middle of summertime, like July or August. Probably not August, because everybody's on vacation in August, but sometime around there. Let's see. The US dollar CAD, yeah, no problem. Been holding a short on the euro dollar, slowly going into some nice profit. I take you can't see my take profit now, but this is the trading account that I've been trying to trade in the Zoom meetings with the other members. Trying to get it down into here, but we'll see what it does. Pretty slow going. Definitely pretty slow going for sure. Probably won't be once Trump talks though, I bet. Let's see. The US dollar CAD. Yeah, we're most likely in a way B, but it could possibly just keep going. But I would expect it to make another wave down and then up. I think it's going to do something like this. I still think that this is a wave one and a wave two, but I think it's going to make probably a good 78% pullback, probably making some sort of an ABC correction. I think so. On the shorter time frames, I got my Fibonacci retracement from here to here. I think there's a good chance it's going to pull back and do something like this, probably some sort of a ABC, WXY, flat pattern, something along those lines. 68, 78%, 61.8, 78.6, something like that for wave B, wave A, and eventually probably down for wave C. Let's see. You got two Lucas, one in my YouTubes and one on my members chat, so not sure which one you are, but no problem, buddy. Let's see here. And all the yen pairs. The Yo Aussie. Oh, that is going turning, isn't it? Look at the Yo. Is the Yo Kiwi turning too? A little bit. Seems like hmm, the Aussie's a little weaker than the Kiwi or something. Or stronger. One of the two. I mean, overall, I'm definitely still kind of bullish on this. It might pull back, but I still think there's a good chance it's going to follow the pound Aussie, pound Kiwi, which those definitely to me look like they're in an uptrend overall. But that doesn't mean that we won't get some pretty significant pullbacks. We're at a pretty significant Fibonacci level right now, which is 100%, which usually definitely is an area of support or resistance. So there probably is a pretty good chance it is going to go down, make a cut, and they'll at least take out that low, and then possibly go back up from there. But it's a little on the dangerous side to sort it, to be honest with you, because it is in a big uptrend. But it definitely did make a lower high, and it definitely did break some structure. So I think there's a good chance that the Yo Aussie, Yo Kiwi will probably turn down. Oh, the Yo Aussie went up more, didn't it? Yo Kiwi, that is. Still, kind of looks like it could go down. That's probably going to move a little bit too from the Trump speech today because it's a Aussie Kiwi pair. Hopefully, Trump will move the markets for us. End the week in a big old giant high note. And catch Swiss yen. Yeah, I had a good short on this. Good thing I got out, boy. I shorted this right up near the like right around here, and I got out right around here. So that was an awesome trade. Besides scalping the euro dollar, I only took a handful of trades this week because I've been scalping the euro dollar uh, on that funded account the last 2 days. Let's see, Swiss yen. I mean, for me personally, and unless it goes up and breaks structure, anything that happens in here is just a correction to the downtrend. So this is the low right here. So maybe that's the A, B. Now it's up for a C, and then it goes down again. Even though it's pretty dang messy on the sort of time frames, which it definitely is. It's definitely very messy on these sort of time frames. But it could be some sort of WXY or something. You know, one, two, three waves up. Actually, technically, that's three waves too. I don't see a wave one there. So three waves up, W. Three waves down, X. Maybe it's going to make one, two, three waves up to like the 78% for a wave Y. But unless it goes up and breaks this high right here, you have to keep in mind that it might very likely bounce off one of these two fib levels and continue to downtrend pretty dramatically. Let's see what some of these other yen pairs look like. Ah, man, this CAD yen just kept on pushing. Yeah, we already did the US dollar CAD, but I could give it a quick look. US dollar yen, that is. I can give it a quick look. Does kind of look like the yen pairs need a pullback, like a more significant pullback. Look at the look at the pullbacks on these daily candles. Yeah, even though I think there's still a pretty good chance that it's gonna go down maybe after going up and hitting a fib. It does look to me like most of the yen pairs are probably gonna make a push up before they go down. So even the pound yen to me looks like it's gonna go up, potentially make like a 78% pullback or something. Hmm. Probably the same thing on the dollar yen. I was just saying a little while ago that the dollar yen bounced off the 61.8% Fibonacci today. And also the US dollar, even though it hasn't broken structure yet, does look like it's due for a pullback on the sort of time frames. I mean, this US dollar that really does look like it should go up and break structure. Whether or not it's going to or not is still undetermined. It doesn't have to do that, but it definitely looks like it should do that. So I still think there's a pretty good chance that we gonna get a push up on the dollar, which probably will help this dollar yen go up. Especially if the yen basket goes down, you would expect the yen pairs to potentially go up a little bit. So there probably is a pretty good chance this is going to go up, but unless it goes up and breaks this high, I would definitely be looking at it as nothing more than a pullback to the last series of lower lows, lower highs. So on the daily time frame, most likely it would just be a pullback to the last wave down, which is where I got my blue line right here. That's what the blue line is for. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. As long as it continues that series of low, high, low, high, low, high on the daily, I mean, I guess if you're trading the sort of time phase, you can try to go long since it's an important level. But keep in mind, it is in a downtrend and it probably will continue to trend down, or maybe at least down to the 78%. So keep in mind, good chance it's just a pullback within a downtrend. Hmm. Let's see here. Yeah, let's see. Does anybody else have any more requests? Like I said, I've been watching the euro dollar pretty closely to see if this move is going to hold or not. Boy, look at the indecisive candles. Big old pullbacks on these candles every single hour. I would definitely say that we have broken structure, but boy, it really isn't holding. No problem, Captain. Captain Button Smasher. Nice. That's a good one. Sweet. I mean, the euro dollar definitely is breaking structure. I mean, whether or not it holds or not, I guess this 1 hour candle could pull back and turn into a bullish candle. Yeah, I do it every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. GMT time, which is London time, or at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York time. And I usually stay on for an hour. Sometimes on Friday we do like 45 minutes because it's Friday, and yeah, I live in the same time zone as London, so it's almost 6:30. But today I'm sticking around for the Trump speech. We got Trump talking in an hour and a half. We got another Trump speech. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to stick on the computer for a little longer. Usually on Friday night by this time, I'm at a restaurant having a good dinner and some wine or something. So, but with Trump on the calendar, we're gonna have to stick it out a little longer. I'm really hoping this euro dollar at least goes into this area down here. Honestly, if you are shorting it, you are a little bit counter trend still. I mean, technically it is kind of breaking structure, but this is a very, very minor 1 hour time frame structure. The trend is up, very, very, very strong up. I just think that because we're at the 61% and because the US dollar has what I would consider a really nice looking downtrend on like the 2 to 3 hour time frame, one, two, three, four, five, with a kind of turn. It seems like the dollar should go up and break structure. It seems like the dollar pairs should break down, but like I always say, until we actually get the break and hold below a major structure, which for me is this one, we really can't say for sure that this is anything more than just a pullback within an uptrend. So we cannot assume things too dramatically. You can just tell the market is extremely indecisive by the way these candles are closing. Like there is still a ton of buying pressure. Too many retail traders are short the pound and the euro. Big money is probably literally just laughing right now at the move down because that's like a nice liquidity, and then bam, they're gonna be like, ah, suckers. I looked earlier and it said right around 84% of retail traders are short the euro dollar and the pound dollar. That's usually not a very good sign if you're on the same side of retail traders because 90% or more retail traders don't make money on a regular basis. So if you're trading the same way that 90% of people are that lose money, that's not a good idea most time. Hmm. So like I said, if anybody has any requests, definitely put them in there. It's only been about a half an hour. I got the Trump speech queued up, but it's not going to start for quite a while. It's not going to start for about 90 minutes. I got the White House YouTube channel, so that's a good place to watch all the Trump speeches. I really don't want to watch them, to be honest with you, because I usually don't care about this stuff. But unfortunately, he's become a market mover, so unfortunately, I gotta watch them to keep an eye on the markets. Because when he talks, the market moves. Unfortunately, we just had Powell talking a little while ago, and the market still hasn't really done much. So unfortunately, Powell's not the big market mover he used to be. Everybody's too worried about what Trump's up to nowadays. So yeah, wow, I guess there's not really much going on. So I guess it's a good time to start the weekend, huh? Unless anybody has a last minute requests. I do these live streams every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I also do have a membership website. If anybody was interested, it's fxpipcollector.com. It is only $30 a month. I do sell every single swing trade I take at the time of entry. I also do Zoom meetings every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So definitely check that out if you're interested. It comes with a ton of educational information, a trading course, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely not done because unfortunately we got Trump. But I think I'm done talking for now. So I will see everybody on Monday. And one thing you have to keep in mind too, real quick, is that especially if you're not in the US, is that starting on Sunday, America is spring back. So America will be putting their clocks back an hour, which means starting next week, the news that normally comes out at 1:30 London time is going to start coming out an hour earlier at 12:30. So when we have US news that comes out at 1:30 UK time, it's going to start coming out at 12:30. So keep that in mind next week. I think that lasts for just over 2 weeks. It lasts until something like the 30th or something, the end of the month, right? Yeah, 31st, no 30th. So on the 30th, the euro and the pound also do it. Yeah, I'm gonna be watching it on this YouTube channel, the White House YouTube channel. So once it's on, I'm gonna watch it and see what it's got to say. Even though I really hate to watch it, I'm gonna have to have a glass of wine or something, I think, to watch him on a Friday night. So anyways, I'm glad everybody showed up. I'll talk to everybody on Monday. If you haven't done so already, definitely do check out my free Discord channel. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading.